lovely Scorpio, what's coming in for you? Going to look at love life, going to look at life, going to look at destiny, going to look at whatever messages the universe is just chucking out for you, Scorpio. So, your last couple of readings, there's been a lot about finding things out, needing to know the truth about something, something rising to the top so that you can see it, feel it. Ooh, okay, right. And now the time has come for you to make decisions and to act in your best interests. First two cards, your overall energy is the Queen of Swords. Now, not necessarily the first card you think of when you think of Scorpio, because you're a water sign and this is air sign, blah, blah, blah. But two things. One, the Queen of Swords represents boundaries. She is so cool and has the sword of truth. She is putting everything to the knife. She's like, talk to my sword, sweetheart. Talk to my sword. Because she's classy, she's elegant. She's not getting sweaty or running after anything. She's not apologizing. She's just, we put this to the clean. It's like chopping through a ripe melon, you know, we will get to the board. So you are needing to employ this in the way that you deal with a situation or a person. For a few of you though, this can also represent at work. And this might be work, it might be relationships. We're going to do your love life in a minute. We're going to look at work and destiny as well. So I'm thinking now at work, it's about working clean. And it's most Scorpios do work very clean, but I mean tidying up your details, making sure you know where everything is buried. You know, you dot the I's, you cross the T's. If anybody says, well, what about this? You just literally go, there it is. I thought you were going to ask about that. So you may have an interview coming up for a job. You may have a situation with a manager or your company or whatever it is, even a customer if you're self-employed, where you sort of need to pinpoint things. You need to stick to the facts. You need to let your head rule your heart. So there is some kind of emotional messiness in here as well, which, let's face it, most things in life are a bit messy. It's not really like we have our love life here in one discrete line. We have our work life here, never the twain. It doesn't really work like that, does it? Life bleeds into each other. The universe is looking to you to make an example as to what you want the universe to deliver you. Okay, I'm going to say that again because that's channeled and it's a bit, as I'm saying it, I'm like, what am I saying? Yeah, the universe says, if you want me to deliver what you want, which is X or Y goal or person or money or job or whatever, set an example by acting as if you are that person. So acting, in other words, if you don't want to be taken advantage of, then don't be taken advantage of by one particular person and the rest of the world will get the message. Okay, the universe is asking you to send a message, like an energetic message. Scorpios are very energetic star signs. Let me know in the comments section, but I know enough Scorpios close at hand to know that you do work on emotional kind of power lines and energy, and you can read the room and you can read what's behind the room and beyond the room and down into the well. You know, that's what Scorpios are all about. But the one Achilles heel for a Scorpio, and again, let me know in the comments section, is when it comes to their own heart. So you have an extraordinary gift for seeing people's motivations, what's going on with that person, what emotional transaction is taking place, sussing out a wrong un or a bad egg. You've got all of that going on. But when your heart becomes involved, well, Scorpios are softer than you appear, you know, and it isn't going to be 100% easy. We have the 8 of Cups as your other overall energy card. And the Eight of Cups, one, it's got the eclipse sign up here, which is like a sun and a moon kind of fused together. And the eclipses we've had so far are the 25th of March and the 8th of April. And especially the April one, because we were in Mercury retrograde and it was retrograde in Aries. And we were in Aries season. Oh my God. I mean, it was just such a mess. But whatever you're dealing with might particularly go back to then, and you get a chance to think, oh yeah, I was doing that, you know. Then we have some more eclipses coming up in the near future. I think it's September and October this year. 18th of September and the 2nd of October. Okay. More may happen, like a continuance. So that's within about 6 or so weeks, isn't it? God, maybe 8 weeks. I don't want to wish the summer away. The Eight of Cups always has a person, lovely red cloak here, love the red cloak, who is walking away from these stacked cups. The cups are there because you still love what you love. You could still love a person, you could still love a job, you could still love a group of friends. Valentine joins us, by the way, just having a scratch, aren't you, Belle? But the important thing is, it's this kind of rocky environment. And it doesn't look that friendly. And I reckon it's cold. And you walk away from something that you still hold very dear. But it's Saturn that rules this card, the Eight of Cups. And Saturn is the boundary planet and a taskmaster, and Saturn is saying to you, I know you don't want to do this, and I know you don't like this, and I know this is not what you had in mind for this person. Nice. But get your wellies on and let's go. I do like that. Okay, next two cards that we get, thank God, is the Strength card. And we've talked a little bit recently about how Scorpios are kind of employing fire a little bit. Scorpio for me is obviously your water sign, but you're more of a fiery water sign. You know, you're not the same as us Pisces, sort of like this, you know, and Cancerians, which are a bit more crab-like and protective. Scorpio it's got passion, it's got this deep drive and a darkness and fire. I know. So when we get this card, we like it because it means you have strength. You're strong enough to do this. You're strong enough to fight your own heart. You're strong enough to do what's right. And doing what's right is very rarely easy. But you're willing to stare the whatever it is in the face and just say, okay, I'm walking away. Sometimes that's the most powerful move you can make. So some of you, if this is to do with work, may decide it's not worth it. Not worth you staying. Others of you may decide to really fight. And neither is right or wrong. If you fight, arm yourself with the facts and evidence. Okay? Know yourself, because that's what this card is all about. Know your strengths, know your weaknesses. And knowing your weaknesses turns it into a strength. Just the knowledge of it makes you stronger. And the next card we get is the Ace of Swords. Clarity. Clarity at a level of epiphany. I was going to say epiphanic, but it just sounds a little bit tee-hee, doesn't it? This is crystal clear. You're like, okay, I know who I am, which is always the most important thing. I know myself. I know what I want and I know what I'm worth. That's really important. I know what I'm worth. And it's, not only is it more than this, but I will name my price. And it's up here, not down there. See, this reading's making me feel stroppy. Yes. Very nice. Okay, this is lovely. Right, life purpose here. Life purpose, destiny. This can be a bit of everything. 10 of Cups. Yee-haw. I mean, God, it's gorgeous. Glitter, unicorns, the good ending, happily ever after. It's not really an ending because the 10s cycle back to being the aces again. But, you know, who doesn't want to cycle back to the Ace of Cups? This is Mars in Pisces, where a kind of confetti rainbow explosion goes off because you've managed to hit a spot. You've managed to kind of get to a point of woohoo. You know, it's the woohoo card. We love this. So, behaving like this, and I'll show you the line of cards we've got at the top now. Behaving like this, which is not easy, where we have this Queen of Swords here. And she's forcing herself, really. You're forcing yourself to remove yourself from a situation that you actually really wish that you could stay in. But you only wish you could stay in it if it was a bit better than this. And you're kind of twigging that it isn't. So this is the putting distance between yourself and something or someone else. Being strong enough to know why you're doing that, what you want, what your boundary is, what your line is. And then absolute clarity about what you're doing and what you want leads to this 10 of Cups and this 4 of Wands, which is another garland of celebration. Beautiful, beautiful energy with the 4 of Wands. It's the energy of, you know, we made it. Give me your hand. Celebration ringing out. Yes, we like this. I love that for you. Shall we have a look at your love life? I do feel that some of this reading is about your love life for some of you as well. And there will be an extended reading. I take the love cards that come up along the bottom here, or will do in a minute. I'm going to use those as well. And we look at it, we say, how do they feel about you? We dig, we look at anything that came up in this reading that we feel like we want to know more about. Channel messages and just get to the bottom of it. It gets quite scorpionic actually. And I can use all the decks I can't use here as well. So if you get to the end of the reading and it really resonates, that will be the first link in the description box for your love reading. Okay, let's look at it here. Let's zoom out a little bit. Push those up. First card for your love life, lovely Scorpios, is the Star. That's pretty gorgeous. Cool, 2 majors and the Hierophant. This is nice. So the Star, we have the energy of manifesting. We have the energy of wishing something, but that's not, it's not the kind of wish where you're kind of frustrated going, I wish it was different. I wish it was like this. This is more a wish where you're calmly manifesting, where your thoughts become things, where you reach a star and you can take it down and make it happen for you. Occasionally, it can be an Aquarius that you're dealing with when you have the Star card. We also have the Hierophant. So with the Star, we've got somebody who is coming more to convention. So when you look at the Hierophant, it's about marriage, it's about divorce, it's about doing something properly, the conventions of a relationship. It feels as if you want a relationship to be definitive. You don't want it to be woolly. Most people don't. You don't want it to be woolly. You may have been in a situationship for a few months, or a kind of push me, pull me thing where you're just reaching a point where you think, no, I don't want to. I don't want to push or pull anymore. I just want to be, and I want to be happy. And I want you to be happy, and I want things to be, in inverted commas, just like a normal relationship. I love you, you love me, and we're keeping it in our pants. You know, we keep it in our pants when we're not with each other. That's about it, isn't it? If you want to really boil it down. So, nice start. Okay. Tell me a bit more, please, about love life for lovely Scorpio. God. High Priestess. Nine of Pentacles. In your love life at the moment, you're kind of in psychic charge of it. It doesn't mean that you call all the shots, but you have the opportunity at the moment to call some of them, the kind of behind the scenes ones. So I would say, because we've got the Star and to an extent the Hierophant, and we've got the Nine of Pentacles here as well, I feel with this lovely, gorgeous High Priestess that manifestation should be absolutely high on your list of priorities. We're talking vision boarding, we're talking daydreaming, but with purpose. I think for some of you, because there's been something that's a little bit out of whack, there's something that's been a little bit insecure about a situation, you haven't been able to relax and really sort of, you know, lie back on your imaginary sun lounger or whatever it is you like to lie back on. Not all Scorpios are into the sun. And just enjoy the hope and the dream and the pleasure of what you want, of letting visions fill your third eye of how you want love to be for you, no matter what is in front of you at the moment. Because when you have the Star card, you have the ability to do that. And again, you're getting the Queen of Cups. So I love the Queen of Cups. The Queen of Cups for me is like a minor arcana High Priestess. You have so much psychic power. So look up some videos about manifesting if you don't really know how to do it yet. Or if you just want some tips, there are loads of people. Just make sure you choose someone you can really connect with and see what they're saying about how to manifest, whether it's a specific person or a situation. Oh, hello. We've got this Nine of Pentacles, which is Venus in Virgo. And that's all about you being independent and being yourself. And to a certain extent, Scorpio, not compromising. Ooh. Comes along with the Lovers. Ooh. Don't mind if we do. The Lovers, of course, is a choice that's up ahead. I think this is more September time, and I don't know why, but I think you're heading for a bigger choice in September. Do you know why? Because there's an eclipse. That's why. Right, let's give you the date, because this is it's going to come to be really important. Whack it in your diary now. 18th of September, partial lunar eclipse. Okay, very important. You may, make a choice about something together with somebody, like, are we going to be exclusive? Are we going to move in together? Are we going to get married? Are we going to do X, Y, and Z? But equally, because you've got the Eight of Cups, you might make a choice just on your own. Wowzers. Okay. We have the Devil. I'm going to hone in on these in a minute. The Page of Wands, the Knight of Wands, and the Knight of Cups. You're going to be busy. And you're definitely not going to be bored, Scorpio. The Devil is a card of passion, okay? Not just a difficult card, which sometimes it is. There's something about the relationship you're in. We've got the Page of Wands and the Knight of Wands. All fire, okay? All passion, all good chemistry. The Devil is the tipping point. Remember the Queen of Swords and the scales that she has? She often has scales in her other hand, the Queen of Swords. It's the tipping point between what's toxic and what's exciting. What draws you in and what will crush you, okay? You could be dealing here with somebody where there is just so much chemistry. There is just so much, I don't know the word for it, but you know what I mean. It's like tst. But we also have this lovely, elegant Knight of Cups coming in with an elegant offering. And these two are kind of riding into each other. So there may be some competition for your hand. There may be a sense of competition within you, you know, where you feel like you may be competing with others. It feels, this is a jousting, you know, it feels like there's a lot of movement in this. There's a lot of physicality. There's a lot of attraction. But something is leading up to a point, probably more towards September, where you will need to draw a line in the sand and you will need to lead the way on that, not the other person, because it's about your boundary. But what your boundary will do, and you're even having that boundary, will intensify things. Oh my God. Your love oracle card is passion. Scorpios need it. You need it. You need passion. You need that fire. But you can also take it to the edge of what's good for you. And that, lovely Scorpios, is where you're at, the tipping point. In the extended reading, I'm going to look at the Eight of Cups. Why might you decide to walk away? Why might you decide to stay? What's the shadow side? What do we need to dig up and look at? That's what we're going to do in the extended. Okay? If you want to join me for that, it's the first link in the description box. Leave me a comment and I'll see you on the other side. Namaste.